Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it.
You go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
Woo! What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Now, the word around the campfire that's floating around is that the tape they got is not even of Cassie. That the tapes that they got, that they're coming in, that Diddy is not even on some of these tapes. Like, it's some tapes that you don't even know if it's Diddy or what's going on. You can't even put a time date on some of these tapes. That they're not even in a position where you could say, okay, we got to toss this. We got to toss this. And like I told y'all, it's two Cassies. And I tried to tell you, no one else is talking about this but me. And that's another thing that's strange. No one else is talking about this but me. That's crazy. Knowing that there's two Cassies that look just alike. One is an adult film star named Cassie Cruz. And they look alike. Sometimes you couldn't even tell them apart in these videos. They had the same body type. They were essentially hard to tell apart. And on a tape, you really couldn't tell apart. There is so many scenes that you wouldn't know who was who. Photographs, the whole nine. And a lot of those, and some of them just so happen. A lot of people said, I don't think that was Cassie on some of those government tapes. Wow, wow, wow. And the guy says, on some of these government tapes, these tapes have been out already. Some of them are not even real. Crazy. Oh, it was absolutely nuts. Now, here's what they got going on now. They're bringing in somebody else who said, oh, I was assaulted too, and I got a lawsuit. Um, and the lawsuit is coming, and all of these other new allegations is piling up when it doesn't make any sense. And the reason why it didn't make a lot of sense was because a lot of people in this business did not understand what had happened previously. That the majority of these things that's going on, a lot of a lot of the people didn't even know who was who and what was what. They didn't. They didn't know who was who and what was what. So nobody cared back then. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Oh, this Cassie had a tape out and 50 Cent brought it up. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Now the whole world is so opinionated all of a sudden. Everybody's got, we got to say something about these tapes. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody said anything about this is an outrage. Oh my God, this is this. Nobody cared. Oh, they had a volatile relationship. Nobody cared. A woman came out and said Diddy was stomping on her stomach. A girl that he was dating. He came in and stomped on her stomach and threw her on the ground. Nobody cared. She did a whole interview. Nobody cared. Nobody cared about what this man was doing with his personal business. Now everybody's opinionated. That's why people are victims of the internet and they're prisoners of the moment. People tell you what to care about, what you should care about, what is so important to you, and what isn't. And that's why people are so stuck in their own head and can't process information. This is why it goes down this way. You see all these people coming up with all these answers and all these results, all these so-called analytical persons. And I'm just like, man, if Diddy was really guilty of all this stuff, it wouldn't be all these people. One case you can believe, but you better believe this. It ain't gonna be that many people. Nah, it just ain't gonna go down that way. No matter how you want to put it down, write it down, however you put it, that's not gonna be the case. That's the scenario. Cassie Cruz has made a gang of adult film movies. Cassie Ventura had done these tapes with Diddy. She's done very sensuous photos. All of these things got leaked to the internet. Kanye West, at the same time, was at these parties with Diddy. Kanye West had a tape out there. The one that he was talking about that was on his laptop, that's the one. It was out there in the world. And we talking dark fantasy with some just random fan. It was a white lady. Like, this is not something like no supermodel or nothing. It was on some in the hotel. It was not a great tape at all. It's like, what were you thinking? Hitting that. And I think he got a junction to get it all off the internet because now you don't see it no more. It's like completely gone. But before then, oh, you couldn't shut nobody up with it. Everybody had the tape. It's like, we gotta have that tape. So Cassie Ventura isn't the good girl you think she is. You know what the lawyer said? The lawyer said, well, Cassie was taking a break. And while Cassie was taking a break, her and Diddy was on a break. She ended up with Kid Cudi. And when she wound up with Kid Cudi, because she was taking a break in the relationship, I was like, man, was she working the shift? Then that means she's still on the job. If she's taking a break, that means she's still on the job. Taking a break mean like we still in a relationship. We're just not, we're just staying some time apart right now. We're taking a break. No way, shape, or form would I want to go through any of this nonsense with people. And they wonder why I live the way I do. Everybody who's pretty much married has told me, like, you're doing the right things. You don't want to get involved in this circus we in. Now, with that being said, we move on to brass tacks. There's countless people. Because I knew the feds was going to screw this up. Because the feds, y'all think because it's the federal government, they got everything. They're excellent. They never wrong. They win all the time. Oh, they just, oh no, they got a 98% conviction rate. They're going to win. Diddy's going to jail for all these years. Oh, everything they got. They got so much BS evidence, propaganda. I knew they would mix up tapes. They would get what they think is tapes that are not tapes. They got a music video calling it a sex tape. They have allegedly, I gotta say alleged because they haven't presented that to the public yet, but some of the stuff that's being dismissed and some of the stuff that has been submitted to them in lawsuits from people like Little Rod and other people who are following suit are images and clips. They're showing them clips of a tape that supposedly exists, where the clips are not even from that tape. It's not even Diddy. One is an adult film star and a girl that looks like. It's like they're doing a parody. Look like they're doing a parody. And they try to pass this along and say, oh, this is who it is. Now, the feds have misleading tapes in their possession. Some tapes are some wild accusations. They're trying to jump leaps and bounds to say, oh, they're watching like home video footage and trying to say, oh, well, what did Mr. Combs mean there? Did he's saying it as if he is right now he's coercing that person to get more liquor. Oh, he's gonna knock them out. He puts people to sleep. He said it. Mr. Combs said he puts people to sleep. It's ridiculous. The way they stretch things now, it's like real, like clown-like behavior. You know? So I enjoyed myself last night. Had a great night hanging out with everybody and seeing people I haven't seen in a long time. And to me, that's what it's all about. But on the on the flip side, while I was doing that, my phone was blowing up. Was like, you gotta check this out. You're not gonna believe it. The Fed supposedly got a lot of evidence that's not official. And say some of them saying it's not. That's not even Cassie. Like that could be Cassie, but it's definitely not assault that's happening there. What is ever happening there doesn't look like it's not consensual. And that's why they haven't given it and presented it to the defense yet. The defense is yet to see all this stuff. They're trying to go and find what they can put together and present as evidence. Is you like, you got all this videotape, then hell, it should be over. This is a slam dunk case then. What the hell are we waiting for? What are you waiting for? That should be the case. That's it. That's an open shut case right there. What are you waiting for? You got it. You got Diddy on tape holding somebody prisoner. You got somebody trying to buy the tape allegedly. Somebody's like, yeah, this person wants to buy the tape. I've seen footage of Diddy and the other person don't know where they're being recorded. And it's somebody who's more famous than Diddy. And this is like back in 2018. I'm like, who could Diddy be sleeping with in 2018 that's more like bigger than him? Because the only person that could be is who? Ain't too many people in the game bigger than Diddy. What, J-Lo? He went back to her? Now, it's hard. It's really hard to navigate what you want to do and what everybody else is doing. It's real hard to navigate all of these things together. And all of these people coming together makes a big colluded mess when you have all these lawsuits coming from different directions. Kind of don't make sense. You just don't want to implode. That's what you don't want. You want to make sure that you're in control of yourself at all times and that you have control. We're not, anybody who's really a victim, we're not ever going to take advantage or like this. Like for people who've really been victimized, yes, we are behind you 100%. But when you coming out now talking about you a victim from like 12 years ago and you trying to jump in now because you see some money on the table, I can't respect that. I don't respect you. I don't believe you. I think you are a liar. That's just how it is. Because it don't even make sense. Most of these people, they're not even doing it to push for jail time. They're doing it now for money and opportunities. And that there blows my mind. He just finished my video on LeBron. Yep. Now, yeah, Kwame Brown just hit me up. Man, I was sitting back thinking the other day. I said, now that there's two Cassies, I was telling my boy, I was like, well, how much you want to bet the feds went online, went on Google looking for a Cassie sex tape to see if there's anything they could find online, and they gonna try to say they got it in a raid, and it ain't gonna even be a Diddy sex tape. I'm like, how much you want to bet they got all these tapes and like none of it proves anything? Now, if they got Diddy dead to rights, then I'll be the first one to say, okay, well, Diddy committing a crime here. But if it's just videos of Diddy having sex, how did they? Who's to say he can own that? He's filming them without his consent. He's recording himself having sex. He's not sharing that with the world. Is that a crime? You know, it's just so much red tape and so much garbage that they trying to put in here. And now people are trying to play victim, and they, in certain states, because they don't like somebody and they want to go get them, they over there trying to live statute of limitations. They trying to do everything. Tell you, man, this whole thing is going crazy. At the end of the day, we gonna see where everybody line up, and then we'll know what's what.
On the up and up, the nigga Puff, like he called, we used to kick it on the telephone and shit after the Mace shit.
Right.
And the nigga be like, matter of fact, they sent me the girl pictures of this girl, like, not the shit that y'all saw. Worse, way worse.
Wow. Oh, you kidding me up?
Like penetration pictures and
Nah, come on, man. Come on, Fifth.
all that. And I called the nigga. I said, yo, you fucking with this girl? Like, you really, like, you like her like that? And he was like, yeah, that's my girl. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna send you something. You look at it, you call me back. I sent him the photos, the pictures and everything. And the nigga called back and was like, yo, thanks, man. Yo, I really appreciate that. Yo, where you get these shits from? And I said, you know, like, because they know, like, if something crazy is going on, if they send it to me, I'll make sure it get out there. Like, as far as this video.com is concerned.
Yeah, yep.
And those other properties. So they sent it to me. But, you know, I really kind of felt like those photographs was not happening because of Cassie. I felt like they was happening because of Puffy.
Right. Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because when a girl moves from a man and she upgrading, niggas be insecure. You know what I'm saying? They start feeling some kind of way, especially like whoever the guy was she was with in the photos versus where Puffy's at. Because Puffy's, he ain't no slouch, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's been able to take advantage of all the suckers.
So he's often taking advantage of suckers. So when you start seeing that the dynamics start to happen, you already getting a feel for what's to come. We're black, so we're never going to trust the federal government. The police, the federal government, they're not on our side. We know that. We know ain't nothing we can say or do about it that'll change that narrative or perspective. We just go with the flow. We roll with the punches. So everybody who see us now, that's the terms, that's the narrative, that's what we provide, that's what we bring to the table. Other than that, man, it's a wrap. It's a straight wrap for anybody coming with the nonsense. So everybody can have fun and cheer. And at the end of the day, when you don't got resources like Puff and the federal government is making up stuff when they go along, you will see what time it is. But yeah, Puff did Ryan Leslie dirty, if you want to say it that way. He saw like he can make something big with Cassie, and he wanted her to be his girl, and she wanted to be with Diddy. She didn't want to be with Ryan Leslie. She knew she used him to get to Diddy. She wanted to get to the spotlight. She know who had the money and who didn't. Cassie didn't do anything she didn't want to do, in my opinion. Because I know too much. And when you know too much, you're a threat. You're a threat to everyone else's ideals. So let that sink in. Two Cassies running around out here. And nobody's saying nothing about it. Nobody's even brought that up. Where does that make sense at? I can't even fathom where that would make sense. You know what I mean? So let that sink in, man. I'm up out of here. Love, peace, and hair grease.